Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Keeping Things Uncomplicated. It's your host, Mario Cochran. I know some of y'all kind of like, oh, whose page is this? Okay, so we have some silent partners, so we kind of use different pages or whatever case may be to make sure that we bring you all the best content that we possibly can bring you. So today's topic, okay, is about rumors and gossip. It's about rumors and gossip. And pretty much how do you deal with rumors and gossip, you know? And then when you break things down and you ask yourself, okay, well, when you talk about rumors and gossip, I think everybody has a pretty much a good borderline perspective on what rumors and gossip actually is in reference to definition. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to start us out on a simple, a simple playing field. So what I wanted to do real quick was break down, okay, so what is a rumor? I'm gonna read some definitions or whatever case be. So a rumor is a currently circulating story or report of uncertain or doubtful truth. Uncertain or doubtful truth, okay? Information that is circulated as an unverified account. Unverified account, right? A vague story to communicate messages normally tainted or unfavorable. Okay, tainted or unfavorable. All right. So right now we're talking about what is a rumor. So most of the times when you talk about what is a rumor, you have to think about, okay, well, what necessarily goes with rumors? Gossip, right? So now let's define what gossip is. What is gossip? Gossip is casual or unconstrained conversation or reports about other people, okay? Typically involving details that are not confirmed or to be true. Wow, okay. All right, so we broke down what a rumor is. We broke down what gossip is. Now let's talk about what type of people promote rumors and gossip, okay? People with self-esteem issues, all right? Psychological imbalances, jealous people, fill in the blankers. Let me break that down for you in reference to fill in the blankers. What does that mean? That means people who get half stories or partial stories, and what they do is to embellish on the story, they have to fill in the blank. So let's just say, hey man, I heard somebody, did X, Y, and Z. They have to fill in the blanks of where it was, when it was, how it was, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, in order to make the story bigger when they tell it to someone else. Okay? People who lack self-restraint. Okay, these are people that cannot be adult enough to take the information and say, okay, well, how do I process this? These are people that says, you know what, I just need to tell somebody. You know what I mean? So that's people who lack self-restraint. All right. Attention seekers. Most of the time when people pass gossip, it's always about attention. It's about either attention for that particular person or getting some type of attention and notoriety for saying something that could be actually detrimental to someone else. All right. Self-worth gremlins. Self-worth gremlins. What does that mean? Okay, so self-worth gremlins. These are people that's actually ugly on the inside. Okay, they're actually ugly on the inside, and they need to feel like they're a part of something bigger, a part of something major. So that way they kind of build their self-worth on your destruction. You know what I'm saying? So, consequently self-destructive people. Inadvertently, self-destructive. These are people that really don't have a good concept of the proper way of handling things and doing things or whatever. So they really kind of damaging things, running around just all crazy or whatever. And really it's because they have some things going on inside. Victimized temperament. People who spread rumors, they're of a victimized temperament. Now let's explain victimized temperament and what that actually means. Okay. So is there people out there that actually get, messed over and victimized? Yes. Should they be, able to speak out against those who have oppressed them or victimized them? Yes. However, there is always a margin of error. There's always a margin of error sometimes in that equation where the person who say they have been victimized has also played a part in the victimization. Okay, they've also done something to cause that ripple effect or the after effect of what actually happened or whatever. So that margin of error. Okay, so after thinking about rumors and gossip and who actually passes rumors and gossip, let's say this. Okay, what type of people listen to rumors? What people listen to rumors and actually spread the rumors out? They gotta tell everybody. Hey, I need to tell everybody about this. Let's say disloyal people. Disloyal people. These are people that, you know what I'm saying, either go to your house, go to your church, they work with you, etc., 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 and you've become, you know what I'm saying, attached. You become friends. You know what I'm saying? They're part of the family or whatever it case be. However, if they're getting information and they're spreading it around, 9 times out of 10, okay, it's disloyal people. Untrustworthy people. Okay, snakes in the grass, right here. Snakes in the grass, right? Sneaky people. Sneaky. Inconsistent. Fraudulent. Naysayers. Now, if you've been following Keeping Things Uncomplicated, you know what naysayers are. However, there are different types of naysayers, so allow me to outline a few. One naysayer is someone, of course, naysayers are people that you have within your circle. It could be in your social media circle. It could be in your personal life in reference to reality circle. But these are people who stay around you and they ensure that whatever you're doing, they say something bad about it. They do something to discourage you from actually achieving whatever your goal is. Let's say opening up a business. Let's say writing a book. Let's say getting physically fit. These are the people that say you can't do it because X, Y, and Z. Naysayers. Now, there are other types of naysayers. These are the type of naysayers that you have in your life with speaking roles. Okay, well, this is what I mean by speaking roles. These are the people that you actually talk to on a regular basis. These are the people that you actually go out with, you party with, etc., 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 and they have speaking roles. These are the people that's supposed to look out for your best interests. However, they really don't look out for their best interests because what you do to achieve sheds a bad light on them. So they think. Okay, so they think. So another naysayer would be that of a combobulator. Another naysayer would be that of a combobulator. A combobulator, this is what they do. They get with your enemies, the people that don't like you, and what they do is they listen to everything that your enemies have to say. And what they do is they then give your enemies an update on what you're doing, where you are, who you with, etc., etc., etc. However, these naysayers are supposed to be your friends, right? So, with that being said, what are the facts? What are the facts? I mean, bottom line, what are the facts about, you know, gossip and rumors? What are the facts? Okay, well, here's a fact. 9 times out of 10, gossip and rumors start with someone that's an unreliable source. 9 times out of 10, it's an unreliable source. Okay, check your sources. Check the reason why this person decided I need to say X, Y, and Z about this particular person. Or I need to spread this rumor around, you know, and gossip about this person or whatever case to be. You gotta check and see if that's a credible source, right? The victimization intent. I've been victimized, so I'm gonna talk about ya. I've been victimized, so I'm gonna talk about you. You gotta make sure that that person, victimization, is actually legit. Or is this something you're doing to get attention? Is this something you're doing so because you're mad the person don't want to be with you, around you, deal with you, etc., etc., etc.? You, as a responsible person, the responsible adult, you have to look at the situation and ask yourself, am I being fair to myself? You know, is this something that I would want my family members or anybody else to have to deal with in reference to dealing with rumors and gossip? Something to look at. Here's the can I get a drum roll, please? Thank you very much. One-sided information. There is nowhere in the world that you can make a proper judgment, give an assessment, okay, off one-sided information. All right. Now, here's the thing. A lot of times when you hear rumors and gossip, it's one-sided information. It's coming from one source who's only promoted their one side, which is very, 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 very sad. Okay? You have to make sure as a responsible party that you're telling those whoever you're telling, whatever information you're getting, you have to say, okay, I'm getting this information from here. Who is the information about? What is the information about? And then check with the other party and say, hey, look, this is what, if you're a friend, if you consider yourself to be a friend, somebody genuine, somebody real, hey, this is what's happening, this is what's going on. So therefore, now the situation is not one-sided. And you as an adult, as a grown-up, as someone that's loyal, respectful, honest, you now can make a better assessment, right? So what else? So when you talk about, you know what I'm saying, the rumors and gossip, let's talk about the effects. Let's talk about the effects of rumors and gossip. Let's talk about the effects. Okay, so the effects of people that promote rumors and gossip is bad karma. What goes around comes around, and that's what you need to understand. What goes around comes around. So if you're shedding bad information about people, if you're telling people bad information and trying to do, you know, things to bring other people down, you got to look at some things. Eventually, it's going to come back around. I mean, eventually, that's going to be the karma that you promote. So it's going to be reciprocated back to you. Isolation. People do not want to be around messy people. Maybe you think they are. Maybe you think they do. But eventually, when it comes to something genuine, something real, people are going to isolate themselves from you because you're messy. All right? No one will trust you. Do you trust a person that gossips? Would you trust them with, hey, I'm starting a business over here, X, Y, and Z. I would love to show you my business plan, but you run your mouth too much. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Would you trust someone with a personal issue that you know that's going to take that information and then run off and tell somebody else? No. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say, okay, well, hey, your son or daughter just went to jail. Would you trust someone with that information if you know that they gossip a lot? You probably wouldn't. Okay? How about deliberately and unnecessarily hurting people? Deliberately and unnecessarily hurting people. That's what gossip does. You know, it's like I'm going to say something that is so detrimental that I'm going to try to hurt you as worse as I can. You know, I'm just trying to, you know, stick the dagger in and twist it in, stab you in the back. Here's the thing with that. You know, you got to understand that sometimes trying to hurt somebody deliberately is a desperate attempt. It's a desperate attempt because my thing about it, it takes time. It takes energy to try to do that because you got to keep up that lie. You got to keep that rumor and that gossip going. And at some point in time, somebody's going to check you on that. Somebody's going to check your facts on the rumors and gossip that you're promoting. And you guys got to understand that, hey, look, everybody's not going to take that rumor and gossip and sit down and say, oh, wow. Oh, No, they're going to say, hey, let me call the source real quick and say, hey, did you know that X, Y, and Z was out here doing this and this, saying this about you? Yes, that's exactly what they just said. Okay, I thought it was nonsense, but I just wanted to tell you about it. Okay? You're a promise breaker. If you're spreading rumors and gossip, what you have to think about is you've made a promise to that person, whether you're sharing intimate details, photos, call logs, whatever it is that you're doing. And it's like, I'm mad, so I'm going to spread all this information out to everybody so that way they can see X, Y, and Z or whatever. It's like this. If you have an intimate relationship with somebody, let's just say being a friend, let's say being a girlfriend, let's say being a boyfriend, etc., a partnership in reference to business. If you and that particular person have intimate dealings, right? Let's just say business-wise, you know, relationship-wise, whatever case may be, and that person gets mad and decides, okay, well, I'm going to take this and now I'm going to spread this information out so everybody can see X, Y, and Z. It's something to look at, something to think about. You know what I'm saying? Because you made a promise to that situation. And if you break that promise, again, people are going to question the validity of why you're breaking that promise. Why are you promoting this nonsense? Something to think about. Okay, so, and then overall, it's just tarnishing your credibility. It's tarnishing your credibility as a reliable adult, as someone who actually can think through a situation and understands what's important and what's not important. All right? And then, bottom line up front, it's just spreading a bunch of lies. It's spreading a bunch of lies that you know for a fact is not true. However, you're doing it just to do it, which is silly and nonsense. Okay? So, I guess the best way to do this is, let me give you an example, okay? Let me give you an example. So, I had a situation that happened to me. And it was interesting because it really shows you the, like, I guess the amount of negativity people can actually have in them. And women like to say, oh, I got female intuition. I got that female intuition. And I think that we forget that, you know what I'm saying? People have intuition. People have intuition. Man, woman, children, they have intuition. They just kind of know, hey, something's off. Something doesn't seem right. So the story goes is, I actually, there was a female friend of mine who lived in another state. And it was like, hey, you know, won't we, you know what I'm saying, be more than friends? Won't you be my babe, be my man, be my, you know, my ace boom goon, and right there. I'm like, oh, okay. So the odd thing about it is, during the time frame that she's telling me all this, I actually have a friend in the state that she's in visiting. He was there for about 3-4 weeks or whatever, and I guess he went to a couple functions where they kind of was in the same circle. So he was taking photos, you know, selfies and group photos and all that great stuff or whatever, and she just happened to be in the background, right? And for some reason, I don't know if it was the angle or whatever the case be, but I think it was like over the weekend time frame. And the photos that he was taking, or the photos that, you know, was on his page or whatever, was of the female that was like, hey, I want you to be my man, my bae, of that female and another guy. And I was like, I said, do you know, old girl, blah, 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 blah. He was like, yeah, I know her. She goes with my homeboy. And I said, let me take a sip for this. About to get good. I said, do you know? He said, yeah, she goes with my homeboy. And I was like, she go with him? Yeah, they engage. Engaged to do what? Engaged to do what? I just want to know. So I said, okay, cool. So what happened was, she ended up telling me, you know, during the course of over some text messages or whatever, telling me that, oh, well, hey, you know what I'm saying, won't you come see me? And I was like, well, you know, at this particular time, I already know what the situation that she's involved in. I already know, but I'm playing along with it. I'm playing along with it because at this particular time, I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious. So I'm going to play along with it. What I do is I decide to say, okay, hey, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. She was like, well, won't we meet halfway? If you don't want to come here, won't we meet halfway? And I'm like, this chick is really trying to play this thing. I said, you know what? I'm going to play along with her. I said, yeah, we can meet halfway. So when it came time to meet halfway, Mario was like, I know she done bumped her head on 3 logs. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worrying about it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worrying about it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't meet her. I don't meet this lady. I do not meet this lady. So this is what she do. Which is hilarious, okay? She then says, oh, you ain't got to meet me. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm with my man anyway. And sends me a text message, a photo of the same guy that I was seeing in the other pictures that my homeboy was telling me that they were engaged. So I'm like, why are you sending me messages telling me you want me to be your man if you're doing X, Y, and Z? That makes no sense. So to play devil's advocate, this is what she decided to do to get back at me, because I decided, hey, look, I don't got time for them games. Hey, you have a good life and do what you need to do. So she said, I'm going to get back at you. I'm going to show you who the boss is, who the diva is, where the T's supposed to be. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, okay. Hey, do you? I don't give a shit. So, so this lady goes into an anonymous chat room, you know what I'm saying, on Facebook, full of all females, and decides, I'm going to post your picture my picture up, and I'm gonna say, oh, well, do y'all know him? He's a fuck boy, and he's a this, and he's a that, and he's a this. Now, to each their own. Whatever floats your boat. But let me break this down, because right now the segment, if you're just tuning in, this is keeping things uncomplicated. The topic is how to control rumors, how to deal with rumors. So right now I'm kind of discussing a personal, personal experience. So I need to break it down for y'all so y'all understand what's going on with the boy. Okay, so of course, this was like, months and months ago, but I just want to break it down that I understand if you're dealing with some nonsense, you know what I'm saying? But I want to show you how to keep your head and be able to, combat the situation without going bananas and be the adult that you need to be and still be positive and move forward, because that's what it's about. That's what it's about, being positive and being able to move forward. Because some people you don't want in your life. And when you don't want them in their life and they know you don't want them in their life, they need to do something to be relevant in your life. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, the lady goes and she posts my photo up or whatever. And she posts, some blurbage like, oh, this is where he work at. And he be writing poems trying to get in females' underwear. Just a bunch of crap, garbage, right? So here's what blew my mind. This is what blew my mind, right? It was over 200 comments. First of all, I'm like, damn, for me? Well, thank you. But anyway, I'm like 200 comments. But when I saw the people that was making the comments, I was a little bit, I wasn't shocked. I was a little bit disappointed. And that's why I'm going to say this. Because first of all, the group is composed of a lot of different nationalities of women. However, all of the people, 80% of the females that was making the derogatory comments were African American females. I'm gonna let that soak in for a minute. All right, when you see this, I want you to really let that soak in. 5K was the group number in reference to the actual room. 5,000 people, right? Females, all females. All right. So African American women were the most people with the most derogatory comments. Again, people that haven't talked to me, don't know me, never met me, etc., etc., etc. People that just kind of tuned in, just to be a part of the rumor and the gossip or whatever case it be. African American women. I was just so disappointed. I was just like, wow. So here's the thing. I said, you know what? Because I'm getting screenshots. I got friends that's actually in these groups. So they like, and see, here's the thing, what you need to understand about rumors and gossip. Ladies and gentlemen, if you just tuning in, this is Keeping Things Uncomplicated with your host, Mario Cochran. You know what it is. You know what it is. I'm breaking down how you handle rumors and gossip. So right now, I'm kind of giving you a personal outtake on something that happened to me, like months ago, but I just want to break it down for you guys. So what happened was the females that were in the group were commenting on something that this female posted. Now, what you need to understand about this is a one-sided post. There are no males in this group, okay? But it's 80% of African American women's making derogatory comments. Oh, he a fuck boy. Oh, this and oh, that, oh, this. And what's odd about it was I actually had females in there that at some point in time throughout my life that I dated. It was like at least 3 or 4 females that I dated. You know what I'm saying? Not all at one time, but I dated at some particular time. And the funny thing about it is the females that I dated, because there were some in there, other ones that I dated over a course of time. However, it's funny because the females that I left alone, that I decided that, hey, you know what? This ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? God bless. You be safe. Sayonara. You know what I'm saying? The females that I decided to break off with and not deal with, those were the main females commenting. Like, I was just like, really? That's how you really feel. Like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 3 years ago, a year ago. Like, I'm like, why haven't you moved on with your life? Why is this so important to you? So I looked at it like, okay, I got all of these females in here commenting, right? So I'm getting these screenshots, and of course I'm curious about who these people are. So I'm clicking on, their page or whatever case it be. After I get their name, I'm going to their pages. I'm gonna break this down for y'all, okay? Fellas, I need y'all to listen up. So these are people wives. These are people that says Black Lives Matter. These are people that says Black Girls Rock. right? Hold on. And they're sitting in this group, putting up men photos and downgrading them. They're putting up men photos and downgrading them. Let me get into the nitty gritty. Let me get into the nitty gritty. Not only are they downgrading them, they're posting where he works at, how old he is, his children's names, his baby mama's names, where they work at. And I was just like, wow. And what really done it for me was there was nobody out of 200 comments, no African American woman to stand up and say, this is nonsense. This is ridiculous. This is not what we do. But they were enjoying it. And it's hard for me to think that there's 5,000 women out there that think this is cool. Because here's what happens. Here's what happens. All right. Let's suppose I felt like I had nothing to lose. I'm going to go on a killing spree. Right? I'm going to get your name out of this little list that you done commented and you done said X, Y, and Z. And now I'm going to show up at your crib. Now I'm going to show up at the daycare. Now I'm going to show up at your work. Now I'm going to show up at the church. You got to be mindful of what you put your name on. You have to be mindful of what bandwagon you decide to jump on. I was so disappointed. I was more disappointed than I was hurt at the fact that people would say some stuff like that don't even know me. Case in point, another female that I dealt with about a year or 2 years ago, she was in the group. She says, and I quote, I signed for his car. I'm gonna let that sink in for a minute. Cause I when I seen that, I was appalled. I'm just like, because there's paperwork to prove that. But hold on, let's let that sink in. I signed for his car. So I'm just like, okay, so you telling me that I couldn't afford my own car, so I needed you to sign for it. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. When I got that screenshot, I'm like, I'm at the girl house. Nothing disrespectful, nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't go over there with a bunch of knives. I just bring the paperwork. I just bring the paperwork for the financing of the vehicle. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, hey, where's your name at on this paperwork? Oh, I just said that because I was mad. I just said that because I was mad. If I could take it back, I would. Now, let me break this down for y'all. This is a lady that is an entrepreneur that has her own business right here in Killeen, Texas. Always preaching about, I can show you residual income, and I can do this, and I can do that. Da, 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 da. So you mean to tell me you're going to get on Facebook in a secret all-female group and you're going to make a statement that says, I paid for his vehicle. I signed for his vehicle. And leave it like, okay, well, leave it out there like it's all good. And then when I approach you about it with the paperwork, which I still got right here, let me do this. I keep it in my little trusty folder. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I got the paperwork. What's up? Tell me something. I was mad. What you did when you decided that you could make a statement like that had no validity to it. Nobody asked for documentations where you sign your name that obviously you're a part of the actual process, right? If you sign for my car, then guess what? Anything that happens to my car also hits your credit, correct? So let me lay this out for you. Not only did she say that she signed for it, she said, oh, well, he's supposed to get his car repoed this week. I can't breathe. I feel claustrophobic. I died. I woke up. Okay? I died. I woke up. She was like, I signed for it, and his car's supposed to get repoed this week. She put this information in his group. The group went bananas. Haywire. He's a fuck boy. He's a fuck boy. He's a fuck boy. With a car repo. I'm just saying, and I'm looking, I'm getting these screenshots, and I'm like, I'm at her crib. Boom, no problem. Bye. And then she was like, I was mad. So I said, your car was going to get repoed this week. I said that I signed for your car. Nobody in the group checked this female. Nobody said, let me see some paperwork. Nobody said, well, since you're using his name, let me holler at him, call him, hit him through Facebook and say, do you know that this female is in here talking about she signed for your car and your car about to get repoed? Of course, that was like 10 months ago. It's the same car. I'm just saying though, like, rumors and gossip, how do you deal with them? You keep your head on straight, people. You keep your head on straight. When you hear something, if you can address it, you know, then address it. But it's like this. If you have common sense, then question the nonsense. Question the nonsense. Don't let that stop you. Don't let that stop you. It's garbage. And what's so funny about it, that after the post was taken down and reported, what happens is, again, like I said, I have friends in these groups. These all secret groups, right? So, and then let me break this down when I say I have friends. Okay, let me lay something out for you guys so that way you can understand when you think that you're in something and nobody else knows. It's a big secret, right? So here's the thing. Mario Cochran, okay, I've stopped people from committing suicide by being able to talk to them, actually being there for them, actually caring about them. I've helped people with their children in reference to that had low self-esteem issues or whatever. I've helped people with their credit. I've definitely been there in reference to people passing away. I mean, I've done a lot. Okay, I've done a lot. I know a lot of people, et cetera, et cetera. So it's kind of hard when you put something up and you make this public announcement that this guy is a dirtbag and he's this and this and this, because you got a bunch of people. For every one person that says something negative about you, it's 10 people who will challenge that. I'm gonna say that again. For every one person that says something negative about you, about me, there's 10 people that'll challenge that. Now, they might not challenge it, let's say in a group. They might not say, oh, well, that's a good guy, that's a lie. No, they might not do that. However, they will get the information to me to let me know, hey, look, you might have some snakes in the grass. You might want to check it out. Because here's what happens. I found a lot of naysayers. I found a lot of people that be in my face, they breaking comments. Yeah, I knew he wasn't shit. But then call me the next day, hey, let's do lunch. Come on, man. These are mothers. These are wives. These are people, again, Black Lives Matter. Black girls rock. Ladies and gentlemen, do you really think that men are looking for women like that? Do you really think that men are looking for women, okay, that are putting people's pictures up in a thing and then outlining all of this stuff from a one-sided source? Case in point. Case in point. Fellas, let me talk to the fellas real quick. Fellas, have you ever received any unsolicited naked pictures? Have you ever received any unsolicited naked pictures? That's what I want to know. Have you ever received any unsolicited naked pictures? I have. Now, here's the funny thing about it. If you have a picture of Mario Cochran, you can almost bet that I have a picture of you. If I have a picture, okay, of somebody, then 9 times out of 10, it was an equal exchange. It was something where we agreed to do, right? So let's say, oh, well, I'm mad at Mario today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these photos and I'm going to post them online in 5,000 people. Now, this is what you need to understand. This is what you need to understand about Mario Cochran, okay? I'm very confident at what I do. Okay, whether it's a conversation, whether it's sex, whether it's sports, whatever it is, I'm very confident at what I do. And I definitely has never had a problem in any of those areas. Okay, trust me. So with that being said, all right, and that's not cocky, that's confidence. So with that being said, it was very interesting to see photos of me screenshotted, photos of me in this group, right, where people are kind of commenting and saying what they're saying. However, it's you're not putting any photos of you. You're not sending the text message that says, hey, send me X, Y, and Z. I want to see X, Y, and Z. So you're making it look like I'm sending you unsolicited photos. You making it look one-sided. Like, why is he sending her all this stuff? You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. So here's another thing. Text messages. Ladies, let me talk to the ladies. Ladies, you know what a cropped out text message look like. You know what a cropped out text message look like, don't you? So you can't necessarily, let's say, I'm gonna hold this pad up real quick. I don't know if you guys can see that, but what you can see is the fact that there are several lines on here. So let's say there's a beginning line, right? Your thesis, right? And this is the supporting information for this thesis, right? Here's the thing. You skip the thesis and you get right to this line right here. So you're sending a text message to make it look like, oh, well, yeah, and he texted me and said this, and this was said, and this was said. But no one's asking, no one's asking, where's the rest of the text message at? No one's asking, well, why the date and the time is cut off. Okay. It's females that factually I ain't talked to in like over a year was posting text messages like it just happened last night. I should get out this car. I should walk around the car real quick. I need to walk around the car real quick because y'all don't understand what I'm saying. You don't understand what I'm saying. Females that I ain't seen in a year, 2 years, 3 years, posting text messages with no time or date like, yeah, look at what he sent me. I'm like, wait a minute. Lady, if you read if you read the rest of the text message says, hey, Mario, how you doing? Hey, can we get together? I'm like, yo, I'm chilling, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 blah. So why are you just sending the part where I respond to you or I say, hey, what's going on? Like I'm hitting you out the blue. I ain't hitting you out the blue, boo-boo. I don't give a shit about you. I'm just saying. I'm not hitting you out the blue. What's up, Ari? What's up, Ty? I'm not hitting you out the blue. So when you do that, it kind of makes me like, what's really going on? So this group of all women, right, that's now putting men's photos up, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, let me say about him, and let me say this, and let me say this. And I was just so disappointed that it was 80% African American women that had the most to say. Negative, derogatory. And I'm just like, man, this is what causes us to collide. This is the reason why keeping things uncomplicated. The male and female perspective is so important. And I don't think there's no one out there that can do it like me and my co-host can do it. The reason why is because it's honesty. The reason why is because it's not like, what is his name? Derek Jackson. Okay, Derek Jackson. Let me hop on something real quick. I gotta do it. All right, here we go. I think Derek Jackson is a cool dude overall. He has a lot of information that he gives people, mainly women though. But as an African American man, what it does is, to me, women are temperamental. Okay, some women have this sense of what's the right word I want to use for this? I want to make sure I use the right word for this. Entitlement. They have such a sense of entitlement. Some people ain't earned nothing. They ain't worked a day in their life. Ain't try to educate their mind. Ain't try to do anything magnificent. But they have this sense of entitlement. So when you hear something that says, oh, well, if black men ain't willing to compromise, you should leave them. How about men? See, a lot of times when you get advice, is that across the spectrum in reference to men in general as a gender, or are we just talking about Pacific men? And that's the thing that gets me about Derek. It's like the things that he says, it always seems like it affects African American men. Like we're already targeted enough on social media, enough on reality TV shows to have a brother sit down and say, hey ladies, listen to me real quick. Check this out. Oh, well, if he can't respect the fact that you wear makeup and you're out of shape, then it's like it's always an attack on black men. And I just feel like, man, me personally, and Ari, I was talking to Ari, and Ari was basically saying, well, yeah, maybe, the percentage is high that he talks to women and sometimes he gets on men. But I'm just saying, out of the episodes that I've seen or the segments that I've seen, it just seemed like a constant, like, African American man. And it's like this, women are not perfect. Okay, I done seen some stuff that women have done that I'm just like, what the like serious, like speechless. You know, I mean, I think guys, they have their petty moments. You know what I'm saying? Like a petty moment with me, you know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know. I just don't think the level of vindictiveness or pettiness, like females take it to another extreme. And the bad thing about it is females rally with each other. They rally with each other behind nonsense. Before they even get all of the story, it's like rally, hatred. And it's like, what? So inside this group where I've seen these females, and now let me break this down in reference to the female that's in this group. OMG. I'm not going to say the group name because, you know, it's not important. However, it's about 2 or 3 groups that I know for a fact. Okay. But so what happens if you're just tuning in, this is Keeping Things Uncomplicated. Your host Mario Cochran, and today we're talking about how to deal with rumors, how to combat them, you know what I'm saying, how to get through that process, right? So I'm giving a personal breakdown of something that I experienced, you know, a few months ago or whatever, but I think it's relevant for the actual situation, you know. So, and I'm talking about these groups that's online, social media, that women go to, and pretty much it's just rumors and gossip. It's like this, you know, cesspool of nonsense. And what they do is they post men's pictures up there. And basically, it's people who either it's an ex, somebody who wanted to be, you know, a boo, but didn't make the cut, so they mad, so they posting or whatever, you know. And it's just a bunch of, you know, different things. However, the thing that really got to me was these are females that when you click on their link to their name, these are people with degrees. These are people that got on their page how they're role models. These people wives. These people talking about they black queens. These people talking about black girls rock. These people talking about Black Lives Matter. And yet they're in this group deliberately bashing men. Men they never met before. They're taking this one-sided story from a female, you know what I'm saying, in my case in point, that had a man where she lived at. And because I would not play into the role of meeting her halfway and being her boo thing and playing dumb to the situation, because I didn't do that, now I'm going to post your picture up in this group and basically shed a bad light on you. Before these females they couldn't, oh my God, they couldn't get, I don't think the post was up for a minute before it was like 30 comments on, oh, he a fuckboy then, he this, he that, he this, and I'm looking at these females go in, and I think that's what kind of like I get a distaste for. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you know me, I'm mainly positive. I mainly like promote people in general. I just felt such a discord for these people sitting there, and I'm looking at these names and I'm like, okay, well, let me click the link and see who these people are. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they've been victimized, you know, maybe they've been abused or something like that. I was so appalled at the fact these are DOD employees. These are people who work for the government. These are people that you take your children around to say, oh, well, this is Miss such and such, and this is Miss such and such, and this is Miss such and such's wife. And they're sitting in here bashing men to the point where they want to put all the information that they can inside this group. Personal information, personal photos, emails, text messages, dog photo, whatever. Like, and it's first of all, it's a security risk because you don't know how crazy people are, right? I actually had a female friend, and what one of those females decided to do in the group was go to the girl's job. go to the girl's job and take secret photos while the girl was working at her job, and went back and posted it in the group. And guess what? These educated black queens, right? These divas, these bosses, these this. Guess what they did? Girl, this is more gossip. This is more tea. And I'm just like, wow, really? Really? And you wonder why men feel the way they feel about these 200 comments of these females thinking that this is cool. When we're downplaying each other, we're beating people up. Do you think that I would be in a group that posted women photos and downgraded them to such an extent where, oh, this is her baby daddy, so I'm gonna contact her baby daddy and say, I don't know what you might say, but I'm just saying it just seems like nonsense to me. It seems like nonsense. It seems like nobody credible. But see, these will be the same women that says, oh, I got my own house, I got my own car, work 2 jobs, that I'm a bad broad. First of all, if you got your own house, you got your own car, you're educated, welcome to being an adult. Welcome to being an adult. Make sure you share this with somebody. Welcome to being an adult. Stop praising yourself because you've reached adulthood. You feel me? Stop praising yourself. Now, don't get it wrong. That is an accolade that a lot of other people don't reach. However, people will see your accolade. You understand what I'm saying? They will see your accolade because at some point in time, it's just like you're going to have a house party or something. Okay, oh, nice house. Hey, nice car. Hey, I see you graduated from this university. Great. But when you hold that, it's like, I'm this. But, okay, well, shit, I'm this. You know what I'm saying? I think we do so many things to kind of bash each other and go at each other's necks or whatever. And then we promote rumors and gossip. And it's like, people's like, bro, why are we doing that? Are we only educated when it comes to being around a bunch of Caucasian people? Huh? Are we only educated when it comes to putting on a uniform? Now we're educated. I will uphold the law. I will uphold the military values. But you just as ratchet as the next person. And that's what kills me about females too. This is what kills me. I got to tell y'all this. I am this and I'm that. And you just as ratchet and petty as somebody in the hood. You are just as ratchet and petty as someone in the hood. But yet you got this and you got that. So what's the difference? You don't live in the hood? You don't live in the hood? Let me tell you something, ladies. Because I need to be honest with you. I need to be honest with you. That's very important. Moving forward. Let me tell you something. Here's the piece that you need to understand. Okay. Females, I understand that you lock in on something called female intuition. But I'm going to tell you right now, I stopped messing with a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Not just like a sexual relationship, but just people in general because I got a bad vibe. Because what you're saying, I don't take you serious. Don't tell me, hey, I want you to be my man, but yet every 3 seconds you're taking an Instagram photo half naked. No, you don't want me to be your man. You want me to give you my attention. And because I won't give you my attention, it's a problem. I'm a fuckboy if I don't give you my attention. Let me break this down because I think I like what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Because you want me to be your man, right? And I decide that, you know what? What are your goals? What are your goals? But you don't know shit. You don't have no goals. But I'm a fuckboy if I don't want to deal with you. Let me break this down because I like what I'm saying. You want me to be your man, but when we go out, you wearing jogging pants and you pulling your hair back in a ponytail. But we going to a restaurant. You want me to be your man, right? But all you do is watch Ratchet TV and quote every line that you hear. Girl, did you hear about Rashida? Yeah, you know what? I knew Kurt wasn't shit. I knew he wasn't shit. He never was shit. See, the problem is that the people need to boss up. They need to boss up. We divas. We black queens. Rashida don't give two shits about you. She don't know you. She don't care about you. Let me tell you something. Rashida might be doing with this, when the camera's on. Hey, Kurt, you ready? Let's go. Camera on. I don't like you, Kurt. You ain't never been. And when the camera off, boo, you did your thing. Let's go ahead and get these checks real quick. Hello. 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 But we got females that's living off of the reality show relationships. This is how I need to deal with my relationship. Girl, you keep on doing that and you see how far your relationship get. You see how many guys is going to deal with that. And I said females, but there's some knucklehead guys doing it too. To play devil's advocate, there are some guys that's looking at Stevie J like, you the man, Stevie. You the man, Stevie. Right? And I get that. I get that and I understand that. However, I normally see, especially on people's timeline, which is just like, like you ever see somebody's timeline, you like, why? Shaking my head, like, why? Why are you, why? Like, people say so much the ludicrous stuff, and they think it's like it's cool. Oh, it's just Facebook. Dude, delete. Block. You know, block game, pow, pow. Block game, pow. But I blocked myself by accident. I block game hard, okay? I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? It's just like, if you're promoting rumors and gossip, something you need to ask yourself. You know what I'm saying? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? And then when you hear it, what do you do about it? You know what I'm saying? Do you take it to that person? Especially if you're in their face. You know what I'm saying? I can see if you don't have like a personal relationship with that person. You don't deal with that person. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you on that page, or if you on that person's page, let's say social media, and you're liking their stuff and you're commenting on that stuff, and you hear about somebody, yes, you are responsible. Yes, you should be responsible to say, you know what, man, I just heard something that was very derogatory, and I wanted to bring it to you so that way you can address it, etc., etc. I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is why I love black women. Oh my God. Oh my God. I love women. I love real people, honest to God people. I love it. I love it. Let me tell you what somebody real did for me. OMG. They got information pertaining to Mario, right? Of course, wasn't true or whatever. And she even said it sounded weird and funny and out of my character. However, she brung it to me. She brought it to me like, hey, Mario, let me talk to you real quick. Where you at? I don't want to talk on the phone. I want to do a face-to-face. Get down to the nitty-gritty. I want to look you in the eyes when I say what I got to say to you. And I'm like, okay, where are you at? I'm on my way. Got some gas. Might run out of gas, but I'm going to walk. Meet me halfway. Okay. So I go, right? I meet her halfway, and she tells me, she says, Mario, oh my God, this female said X, Y, and Z, and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, what? So I said, you know what? I said, let me give you the nitty gritty on this particular female. You know what I'm saying? And oh, by the way, here's some other people that you can check, you know what I'm saying? Check around in reference to finding out exactly what I'm saying. So I don't want to just give it to you one-sided. I want to make sure you get the full picture or whatever case may be so you can make the proper assessment. I don't want to give you how you should think. I want you to make your own judgments and you think about it. But if that female had not reached out to me, she would have had a one-sided story that just didn't make sense. She could have just took it and passed it on to somebody else. So I really, 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 really appreciate and applaud that as being a queen. That is being a queen, okay? Not with a whole bunch of made up titles. That is being a queen. That is being an adult. That is being a grown up. That is showing a certain level of maturity that a lot of people don't exercise. You know, I was able to combat a situation and keep a partnership, you know, that would have been halted and hindered based on nonsense because nobody wanted to get down to the nitty gritty. Oh, this is what I heard. Damn what you heard. Damn what you heard, because you held on to what you heard. You told somebody else what you heard, but you was too scared to go to the source. And that's the problem. That's the problem with people hating on people. That's the problem with people not wanting to build with each other because of what they heard. Because they're too scared to come tell you so that way you can give your side. Give your side. Your side counts. Your side counts. You can't make a damn sandwich. You can't make a sandwich with nonsense. Let me break that down. This is my analogy, all right? There's 3 sides to the story. Always 3 sides, right? The truth, okay? Or better yet, your side, their side, and what actually happened, right? Right? You ain't making a sandwich with just one side of the story. All right? You need the other parts. You need the other parts. In order to get the middle part, you need both of the ends. All right? So that way you can have some substance. You can have some meat in there so you can decide, you know what? I heard that side, but when you explained it, you damn sure articulated that to understand. I can understand why this person is saying what they saying, and the validity of it, it just doesn't seem to hold as much weight as it did. Stay with me. Stay focused. I'm trying to tell you how to do this, right? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Keeping Things Uncomplicated. I'm your host, Mario Cochran, all right? Today's topic, all right, if you missed it, you need to watch this segment. You need to share it, you know what I'm saying? Because it's some real stuff. It's some real stuff, all right? How to deal with rumors, how to combat rumors. Okay, we broke down the definitions of what a rumor was, what gossip was. You know, I even gave some personal experiences, some things that happened to me. The great thing about it is it's about knowing yourself. It's about staying positive. I actually did, you know, a segment about staying positive or whatever. And I just want to hit on this before I leave, y'all, real quick, okay? I want to hit on this before I leave, okay? I am very artistic, okay? And with that being said, somebody said, you retarded. You just retarded, Mario. No, listen, I'm very creative and I like to think outside the box. So therefore, I understand that people's time is very, very important. So every time I get on a live video, I want to make sure that you guys understand that the content is always going to it's always going to have some validity to it. You understand what I'm saying? And I do understand that there's some people, they might not like the fact that, hey, I'm sipping, relaxing, chilling, not driving, talking to you all. Oh, well, why does he have to drink? Well, why is he wearing glasses? Are those prescribed? Why is he wearing like, it's always going to be somebody that want to pick apart what it is that you're doing. Mario don't give a shit. Tell you the truth. This is the reason why Keeping Things Uncomplicated is so successful, because it's real people giving real perspectives based on their experiences and their education. And the great thing about it is we have a male and a female side. So when I start talking about baby mamas ain't shit, well, baby daddies ain't shit. Males run the world. Well, females run the world. You see what I'm saying? You getting both of that? I'm in the club. I'm doing my thing. Well, I'm in a club and I'm doing my thing too. Okay? I'm just saying, you having a good time, all right? You having a good time. And I'm telling you right now, it's like this. You have to have people, you have to have a team of people that's willing to say, I'm going to open up myself to you. I realize that if someone doesn't like Mario, they're going to go out their way to make what I'm doing bad. However, the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in, of course, I'm going to have way more people that likes it and not have a problem. However, I'm talking about the rumors and the gossip right now. So I want to tie all this in together as I close this thing out. You have to stay positive. But being positive sometimes can be hard, right? So you have to do things to stay positive. You have to keep people around you to stay positive. Yesterday, I was having some problems in reference to going live and whatever the case may be. And it was like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Because I like to be a man of my word, and I like to try to do better. If I do something, I like to try to do it better next time if I mess up. And I'm gonna make mistakes. That's life. No, that's life. However, it's about growing, humbling yourself, smiling, being happy, smiling more than you're frowning. And then remembering that you keeping good people around you, people who care about you, who are honest with you. So those people that's around me, that encourage me, that let me know, hey, you know, I like this, but I don't really like that, etc., etc., etc. Regardless of the way I respond, right? Understand at the end of the day, Mario Cochran is appreciative of your time and your energy. Understand that I appreciate the time that you're taking out to watch what I do, to like what I do, to comment on what I do, to share what I do, and to just say, you know what, this guy is really like, he's really genuine. You know what I'm saying? He done had some effed up situations, but he's still being positive. He's still not on this thing talking about black girls ain't this and black girls ain't that. You know what I'm saying? It's a certain woosah moment that you get. It's a certain woosah, you know, and I think we talked about it earlier in the episode that I did called The Simplicity of a Man. We talked about it. It's just a certain level you get. Like I'm not chasing titles. I'm not chasing, you know, females. You know what I'm saying? If we can have a conversation and we can build from that and lay out a foundation, then cool. But my mind right now is on what I need to do. All right. And if for some reason it doesn't fit your plan and what you think should be going on, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. But listen, this is keeping things uncomplicated. I'm your host, Mario Cochran. Expect more, because you're going to be getting more. All right. Shout out to my co-host. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. We're going to do what we're doing, and we're going to stay positive. I'll holler at y'all. Stay focused.